So traders, one thing that has really sort of helped me when it comes to my own personal trading is really understanding what I'm actually looking for. So here's the thing is that when I first started trading, and you may be here, right? You may be there for maybe for the first, say, 5 years of your own trading career. And you're probably going down the path like most people do, like I did, right? Like my first 5 years, I was $250,000 in debt. And I was just thinking about this, and so I thought, I'll do this video for you guys because I believe this is going to really help you, give you a bit of a much better path of how to actually get ahead, right? Because what happened for me my first 5 years is that every year used to be the same thing, right? I was trading new strategies, new approaches, new patterns, new, right? And nothing really sort of clicked for me. And one of the big things that I saw about with my mentor is I went and saw my mentor and I realized a lot of the trades he was looking at and taking looked really similar to each other. Really similar to each other. And so one thing that I started to realize is that, okay, for me to start building some sort of confidence in the markets and for me to be able to become good at trading, right? Because when we become a good trader, we make money, right? A lot of people, they're just focusing on making money. And as you know yourself, right? You've been trading the market, say, less than 5 years. If you're just looking to put on a position, not because it's a good trade, meaning it meets a plan and a pattern you trade, but because you just want to make some money, we know that always just goes backwards, right? We always go backwards when it comes to that. So the thing for me, and the one thing that's really helped me out is firstly, having some sort of plan of what I'm actually looking for. And when I started to do that, everything started to change for me, right? And so like, for example, as we can see through here, this is what we're looking at right now is these are all the different screenshots that I've taken this year, from 371, right? To obviously down through to here, right? All these different ones through here. And so the thing that I really want to sort of impart my sort of knowledge onto you is that the one thing that sort of helped me with my trading is seeing the patterns and see them again and again and again. It's the same thing, right? And so like the thing for me, I like to use templates, right? So for example, if I'm looking at, say, template, I'm looking at, say, this here as a template. This is what I'm personally looking for. Now there's a lot more that goes into it, right? And if you grab access to my free trading course, there should be a link in the description there. Then on the free trading course, I give you access to my system and so on and so forth. So I actually teach you all that sort of stuff. So one of the things for me was I'm thinking, okay, I really want to do well out of the market. But the thing is I was never really confident, right? Like, can I really do this? Is this really for me? People keep telling me not to do it. And the whole thing is about when I was going down this path of trying to get better at trading, I realized that the only way for me to have any good solid foundation of actually having a really good chance of having a good successful year. And if you actually want to see my real equity curve, guys, and see what I've actually done this year, then if you go to Get John's Job, I think it's the second link in the description there. If you click on that, you go over there. That's actually the Inner Circle application. But if you scroll down a bit, I actually show you my real equity curve to show you that I actually do trade, and this has been my results this year. So if you just want to check that out, that's the link in the description there. So, but the whole thing about this here is that I'm always looking for templates of what I'm looking for. So what is this really? Is really the one thing that I'm looking for, and again, the one thing that I realized is for me to get better each and every year, I've got to make sure that I'm getting better on top of each other, right? Because momentum only builds when you stay with one thing and you keep getting better. You keep getting better, you keep getting better, you keep getting better at that one thing. And one thing I'm finding with a lot of traders, and I did it myself, is that there was no plan of attack. It was just like a guess, right? And one thing that I think I started to realize is that no one definitely knows what's going to come next out of the markets. And so if you're trading just based off just general education and you think someone knows what's definitely going to come, then you're probably losing a lot of money, right? Because no one definitely knows what's going to happen in the markets. No one knows. So the only way for me to truly start to get some footway and leadway in the positive direction in my own personal trading, from losing a lot of money to then starting going and then actually shifting it into the positive territory and then to where I am right now, was getting an understanding of what I'm actually looking for in the market, right? And then what my job is to take screenshots of that one setup. So for example here, I'll give you an example. This is one of the main setups I like to look for. What is that? I'm looking for a sideways period, and then see this moving average? I'm looking for the moving average to be trending up nicely, and I'm looking for a breakaway bar. Okay, so this is what this is now, there's a lot more to this. This is like the entries, then I have like my exit management and so on and so forth. But if you keep this really simple, right? Because I know that if I get this set up, there's a good probability I'm going to generate a profit, right? So if I look at that point through there, right? And I look at all the different scenarios all through here, right? And I can show you all this here. But if I scroll all the way down to the bottom, right? And I say, bring up this one here. Look what we have here. What do we have here? What? We have the same sort of thing, right? Now, these are three different markets. We have the strong moving average, sideways period, large bar breaking out. Strong moving average, sideways period, large bar breaking out. This actually was a gold trade that I took recently. Strong moving average, sideways period, bar breaking out. And we had a move to the upside, right? So, and this actually works again and again and again. In fact, look at this here. These are all screenshots of different markets by using the 1 hour chart. What do we have here? Every single one of these is the exact same pattern. What is it? Sideways period, strong 24, large bar, and away we go. It's the same thing, right? Strong moving average, small bars, large bar. Sideways, strong moving average, large bar, away we go. Strong moving average, sideways, large bar. Strong moving average, sideways, large bar. So see how these are all different markets, right? This one here is platinum. This one here is, I think it's Ethereum. It's Ethereum, right? I know this one here, I think this one here was the Forex market. I'm pretty sure this one here was a stock trade. This was actually on a daily chart, by the way. But I'm just utilizing this here. But as you can see how it's all the same sort of thing. So to get ahead in the markets, one thing I found is that one that sort of tipped my scales into becoming good at trading was, instead of me trying to be lucky or trying to be right or trying to guess, I just got to step back. And my mentor always used to say to me, stop trying to be smart, John. I'm like, what does he mean by that? And he's like, stop trying to be smart. Stop trying to be smart in the markets here. He said, just look for this pattern and trade it, and most of the time you're going to do really well, right? And then when you start to see this, you start to see this time and time and time and time again, right? Like I'll show you a few trades that I've actually taken recently just off the back of that. The first one was this one here. This one here was a CCL. This one here, again, this was just a few months ago now. Why did I get into this one? Sideways, strong moving average, large bar breaking out, and then we had a nice move up, right? This is actually a trade that I personally took here, right? What else do we have here? If I continue up, I'm pretty sure it was this one here, right? Look at this one here. What do we have? Sideways to a strong moving average. And see that breakaway bar? That was the breakaway bar that I entered on, and then I got out up here somewhere. Just a nice short-term, what's called a trade opportunity, right? But these are just what's called trading opportunities, right? I could be in it for, like this one here, I was in for about, I think, a week and a half, and then the next one, this one here. So gold was back in September, and then came around October. Here was another one. As you can see, it's the same type of pattern, right? So for me, for you to get ahead in the markets, it's not about being lucky or trying to guess. See, some people are like, I hope gold's going to go up today, or I hope Bitcoin's going to go up today to make money. But if you want long-term sustainable success, this is what's been the really big thing for me. And again, if you want to check out my real equity curve, what I'm saying here, you can, that second link in the description, you can actually check it out. You can see the details for yourself. But the purpose of me saying this here is, guys, if you actually want to start to do well out of trading, it's just about what are the patterns we're looking for? What are the actual patterns that seem to do quite well most of the time? And let's go try to find those, right? Because you get what you focus on. And when I started to focus on this one pattern and these one time, and I'm just showing you some recent trades that happened in the last couple of months, right? When I scan the markets, because I do part of my coaching program, firstly, I'm with people every day for a whole 12 months to really help them out, right? Because it's about finding, but it's all about how do I manage the trade to let my profits run while keeping my emotions in check. That's the reason why I'm with my coaching clients all the time. And again, if you go to Get John Top, you can see all the details about the actual coaching program itself. It's a 12-month process. But the whole thing about what I'm saying here is that once I started to realize that, me trying to be smart, be lucky, I'm trying to guess, the Fed's doing this, and the inflation's doing this, and the unemployment's doing this, and the war's doing this, and all these different things. I wanted to have some sort of really good foundation that I'm going to have a good year this year, which I have. Again, you can see the second link in the description, you can see my equity curve. But how do I have the confidence that 2025 is going to be an amazing year for me? How? Because I've been trading this way now for a long time. I learned this system off my mentor who's been trading for 30 years, this exact same way. And he trades all different types of markets, right? I just like trading the stock market, especially when you can start to overlay things like options, where I think the CCL gave me like 70% return, I think it was, or maybe 50% return in like a week or so. Gold, this gold trade here, again, this gold trade here, entered here, exited here, about a week and a half, made like a 70% return on trade. And as you can see, when you start to do $10,000 or $20,000 a trade, you do like a 70% return. It's quite amazing, right? And so this is the big thing for you. Like, I really want you to do really well in 2025. And then one of the really big things for me is, firstly, as you can see, I have a template of what I'm actually looking for, the pattern. And then I go to the market, and then I look for the actual pattern, right? Here's another example that happened in November, right? What is this? It's sideways, strong moving average. Remember I said before about the template, right? And a breakaway bar, and away we go, right? So this is the foundations of what I'm looking for. And then a breakaway bar is my entry, right? Now I have five rules that I need to follow to make sure I'm getting in at a good time. But I'm trying to share with you just one simple pattern like this. When it does form and you do get that nice sideways period to the strong moving average, and then the breakaway bar with the moving average. Now it gets to be with the moving average, right? Moving average trending up, sideways, breakaway bar, right? And it just works so well in the markets that, here's another example here. Look at this here. What is this one? This one was back late October. There's so many of them around, right? But once you start to focus in, remember I said before, right? When your focus is power, and once you can start to really focus in, and as you can see, look at this here. Look at these amazing trades that have been happening this month. Nice pullback here. It wasn't a sideways, but it was a pullback, strong moving average. Nice breakaway bar. Took about a week, and then it took off. So for you, I really want you to, and I'm trying to share with you what's taken me 20 years to figure out, right? And I realized that if I actually want to do well at trading, then the more time, and we're not perfect, right? I'm not perfect. I think about probably 20% of the time this year, I took some really dumbass trades. I'm like, oh man, then why did I take that trade, right? But so I'm trying to share this video with you here right now, trying to show you that all these different screenshots that I've taken here, right? Even this one right here. What is this one? It's the same type of thing, right, guys? This one happened back in September. Sideways, strong moving average, and breakaway bar, right? So you see this through here time and time again with the markets, and it just works time. Look at this here. Try sideways, strong moving average. The purpose of all this here, right, guys, and here's another one through here as well too, right? Look at this here, beautiful. Look, this is just a beautiful one. This was the E-mini on the 2-minute chart. Sideways. This is a strong moving average through here. There's the large bar breaking out, which is my entry, and away we go. All right. So the purpose of me doing this video for you guys right now, right, is like I really want you to have 2025 to be an amazing year, and my job for you is to show you one. You can see, like, I'm only really using one moving average, right, on the screen when I'm utilizing it's the moving average and the pattern, and it seems to do quite well. Well, it doesn't seem to do quite well. It actually does quite well, right? And the more that we can stop you from trying to be smart, meaning stop trying to guess these trades. Like I think I should be long gold right now. Let me go long right now because I think gold's going to continue because this YouTube video. That's a wrong thing, right? As you can see, my success in the markets, and every successful person that you find that becomes good at trading has this one thing in common. How you get good at trading is what are the patterns? That's right, the patterns. What are the patterns that when you see them come around, there's a massive probability you're likely to do well from that trade, right? A lot of traders are taking these maybe trades and guessing trades and so on and so forth. And let me just show you this here. I think this is where this becomes really awesome, right? I'll show you this here. And now I'll just finish, not this one here, but this one here. I'll just finish this off here. This will be the finish for the video here. One thing I have found, one of the reasons why I take screenshots of this pattern, because there's certain situations that come around from time to time, and if I'm recognizing it, I can take advantage of it. So let me show you this here. Here was a trade, this trade down the bottom here was a trade called SWBI, and it was in 2021, right? So what did I have here, right? This was the entry here. What was this? It was the pullback. There's the moving average coming up, and see that's the large bar breaking out, right? That's the daily chart. This was before, and that's actually what happened afterwards. We just absolutely just took off like a rocket. Right, what I've been talking about in this video here. So here's the thing. Okay, do you know that was in 2021? Do you know this year when Bitcoin broke out, it did the exact same pattern before the really big move? Before the really big move, what did it do? Firstly, this SWBI actually had what? A lot of resistance for quite some time. Then we had the pullback and the breakaway, and away we go. What did Bitcoin do? The exact same thing, right? We had resistance all through here. We had the pullback, and then we had the breakaway, and then we had the really big move to the upside. So I hope this really helps you out there, traders. My hope in doing this video for you is to show you that maybe the way you're thinking about your trading, the way you're going about this trading has been wrong and it's been causing you to lose a lot of money. The only issue with trading like this is that you don't get trades every single day, right? My job is not to get into a trade and get out. I'm not trading every day, right? I'm looking to get in today. Like if I give you an example of the last couple of trades that I've taken, let's just say, for example, this gold trade that I took, right? So my job today is to find this here, which is what? Sideways, breakaway, and then ride it. Now this is a daily chart, right? My job is to find the trade today, and I only trade half an hour every day, meaning I'm looking for opportunities to get in today, and then I'm looking to hold it for a week or two, and then get out, right? So I'm not looking to trade. I'm not looking for trades every single day. You don't want trades every day. You want to be able to get into something and ride it for a good week or two, make a nice profit, and go rinse, recycle, repeat. And the purpose of this, guys, is that the more screenshots you can take of the one type of main type of setup that you're actually looking for, and you can see this from time and time and time again, this is what I've got all through here, the more confidence you will start to build, because you start to recognize that there are patterns, and when they come around, like for example, the last couple of trades I've taken here, and I got out of a really nice trade today with me and my clients. I made 85% return on a trade today, right? I literally, as I'm doing this recording, I got out of the trade today and made 85% return. It was a beautiful, beautiful trade. I'll talk about that in a minute. I'll talk about that in another video, shall I say, but about the trade and so on and so forth. But the whole purpose of this is to show you these patterns. Now, do you know this this pattern I'm talking about here right now? Sideways period, strong moving average, breakaway bar, right? Do you know that there are two stocks on my watch list right now that are setting up with this? And what are they? What's the setup is what? To me, the setup is I'm getting the sideways period to the strong moving average. That's the setup. Now what do I need? I need my entry candle, which is the breakaway bar. And that is my now entry. And then that's my entry. So I have the setup on two stocks right now. All I need is the entry candle, and I'm probably going to have another successful trade with it. So it's not about being lucky, right? It's just about scanning the markets to know exactly what you're looking for and then identify these trades in the markets. Now here's the thing, guys. One of the really big things that will stop most people from trading well is, one, they say it can't be this easy. Like, where's all the indicators? Two, what about the war in Ukraine? And okay, so I'm trying to share with you, like, if you actually want to do well, guys, I'm trying to share with you what's taken me 20 years, right, of trading these markets here. But then also, secondly, what's also going to cause this not to do well is that you might take a few trades like this and do well, but then you might take some other trades. And one of the biggest mistakes I was making is trading too many setups. Now what I do is I just sit back and I wait for these types of setups, because if I do, I have a really good year. And again, you can see my equity curve, that second link in the description. So I'm trying to really bring you a 10,000 foot view for you guys right now, and to show you the biggest things over the last 20 years has made a really big difference. And next year is going to be even better, because it's a platform from this year and every single year for the last probably 10 years. Especially the last 5 years, I would say, has just been every year I've personally have just gotten better at this. Identifying the sideways movements, having confidence, taking screenshots, and every year I've gotten better and better and better. So next year, guess what? I'm not starting from scratch next year. I'm just continuing to build on the momentum that I've already built this year from the system, the pattern, and the actual trading plan.